but we're back with another cooking video. So today we're gonna be making cheese pizza. I love pizza, so this is gonna be very fun for me. So first we're gonna start off with 3/4 cup of warm water. Make sure it's not scorching hot, or else it won't, turn out so well. And now you're gonna wanna add 3/4 tablespoon of sugar. I'm using brown sugar, but same thing. So I'm gonna add that in. Okay. So now we're gonna be using yeast. So basically, the sugar is gonna be food for the yeast. So let's open up this yeast. So now we're gonna cover this up. So I'm gonna put a timer for 7 minutes, and I'll see you guys in 7 minutes. All right, so it's been 7 minutes, and let's see our yeast. It's pretty cool looking. So, well, it smells pretty weird. So now you're gonna add your seasoning. So we're gonna add some salt, and then we're gonna add. So it's a mixture of onion powder, oregano, and garlic powder. So you can do that if you want, but it gives more of that kick of flavor. And lastly, we're gonna add some olive oil. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So now we're gonna mix that all up. All right. Mix that. It should be fully mixed. Don't let anything stand out. Left there. Alright. Alright. So now we're gonna want to use a dough mixer. If you don't have a dough mixer, you can use your hands. So you're gonna put this right here into a dough mixer. So let me get set up with that real quick. So right here, we have our yeast mixture. And now we're gonna add 2 cups of 00 flour. You can use all-purpose too, but this is meant for pizza, so let's add this in. Okay, so we got our dough mixer here. The attachment you're gonna wanna use is a hook, because this is meant for using for pizza dough, so yeah. Okay, so now let's add it. And then we're gonna put this on the first speed for 1 minute, and then we're gonna turn it up to medium. So let's do that. So I'll be back when it's fully mixed, and then I'll turn it to medium. So yeah. All right, so now it's finished. So we're gonna take this thing out. Pull it out. Look at that dough, that looks pretty good. All right, so now is the part where you have to let this thing rest. So before letting it rest, we're gonna take out the dough. Okay, and now we're gonna just brush this with some olive oil. First I'll put in a circular motion. And what I like to do, a tiny bit of olive oil at the bottom. I like to brush the bottom just in case it doesn't stick. And now we're gonna put this ball in here. And now we're gonna start to brush it with olive oil. So like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Easy. So this olive oil is gonna prevent it from sticking, which will be very useful because if it sticks, it's gonna end up really horrible, which I don't think anyone wants it. So let's do that. Alright, so now we're gonna cover this up and let it sit for about 20 minutes or so in a warm area. So, and then you'll take it out. So yeah, I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Alright, I'm back. So if you can't tell, it's night, not 20 minutes. So I probably let this rest for 6 hours, and you can see it's rised a lot. So what you're gonna want to do, remove your parchment here from the top. And you want to punch that dough real hard. Alright, now we'll take that out. So what I recommend is you should put flour on the surface. So let's do that real quick. Flour right here. Spin it all. And then you're gonna get a rolling pin and start rolling it and everything. But first we're gonna want to like move it apart, get it bigger. As you can see back here, I think we're gonna be using it. Look at that. I love playing with pizza dough. It's so fun to play with. But it's food. And as they say play with your food. Look at that. Now you're gonna want to take a rolling pin and start rolling it. And ooh. So we're gonna do stuffed crust. So when you're doing the pizza, you're gonna wanna like tuck in the edges. And that's also what you do for normal pizzas. So even if it's not stuffed crust, that's what everyone does for pizzas. Or what I do specifically. Oh, I got flour on my mouth. Make that a perfect little circle. Remember, it does not have to be perfect. You can always change it. Nothing has to be perfect. And there's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to have too thin. You don't want to have it too thin. So now we're going to be putting the dough onto the pan. So what I recommend is putting some semolina onto the pan. All right, so this is going to be the hard part, getting it on. So first of all, it's kind of weird to grip. Look at the scary part. I'll make sure it's not sticking or anything. Look at that. It might look like the dough is going too big when we're stuffing the crust. So look at that. That's amazing. So now we're gonna bring the tomato sauce on. So yeah. So now, the most important time to me at least, the cheese. So what I recommend, you don't buy pre-shredded cheese. You wanna make sure you shred your own cheese. So get a block of cheese like this. I'm using mozzarella, and that's what I recommend to all of you guys. Use mozzarella, don't use any other. You could, but I recommend mozzarella. So I'm gonna start shredding this. This is really fun. I love shredding cheese. But it's kind of hard to, so I take them like small little parts so it's cool. Make sure you don't injure yourself because that's what you don't want to do. Uh-oh. Alright, so I'm gonna shred all this cheese and then I'm gonna show you guys. Alright, so now we have put the cheese in the crust, so we're doing stuffed crust. So you want to use a fork to like basically make sure that the cheese doesn't go out. I think this is normal what everyone does. So I'm doing it too. The step is not mandatory, but I like doing it just in case anything goes wrong with the crust. So do a little bit more. Quicker. Outside too. Right. So now, what else you also want to do is take a fork, and then you want to poke holes in here. So just a few holes. Like that. Don't make them too pressurized. Okay, that's good. So now we have tomato sauce right here, But we're not gonna do that first. What you wanna do, you have olive oil right here. You wanna brush the olive oil on the pizza dough. That's good. Brush the crust too. Also, even. Alright, so now we have tomato sauce. We're gonna pour this into a container. Make sure you get all that tomato sauce in there. Normally tomato sauce doesn't have any seasonings in it, so that's why we're going to season it yourself. So we have some oregano right here. We're going to pour that in. And then also we have some salt. 1, 2. And you want to give this a good little mix. Yummy. More. Okay. So now it's the fun part, pouring on the tomato sauce. So we're gonna take a big scoop of tomato sauce. Okay. And pour that in the middle. Looks so beautiful, I can't tell you. Look at that. Ooh, that looks yummy. So this looks like enough, so now we have to roll it out though. This looks so good. Alright. I guess that's enough tomato sauce. And as you all guessed, the last step, cheese. So we got some mozzarella shredded cheese. Make sure you shred it. Look at that cheese. Alright, this should be plenty enough on this pizza. So we're just gonna sprinkle some in to one center. Look at that. You don't want to use too much cheese on one specific place, or else that place will be more cheesy than the other places. Make a little messy here. This cheese is all chunky. I'm gonna have to get it separate. I'm gonna have to separate it from each other. It's got chunky. Add some cheese to there. Trying to be as even as possible. Not putting too much cheese in one place, putting equal amounts in each place. I did not put any in the center. I need to do that. Look at that. Got cheese at the places where there's basically no cheese. Cheese up right here. The place where you see the most tomato sauce and barely any cheese. So basically tomato sauce, cheese ratio. If there's more tomato sauce in one area, make sure to put more cheese in. So you can barely see the tomato sauce. This is gonna turn out yummy. Didn't forget to buy pepperoni. But cheese is not the worst. I love cheese pizza. I think a lot of people do. Alright, we're almost out of cheese. Alright. Pizza. I already got one right here. But this is the pizza right here. So we're gonna be taste testing it now and I'll be telling you how it tastes. Let's get right into it. Okay. I'm gonna hit with a lot of flavors here. It's not the best pizza I've had, but it's definitely not the worst. You know, I can fix this. Some chili flakes. It's always be something for my soul. Some spice. That's amazing. I still think, to be totally honest, to rank all my foods from the videos, I think the Junior Made chicken is number 1. Number 2, and the buffalo chicken pasta is number 3. Well, I mean, that's what I have to do. So, thank you guys for watching, and if you're gonna make this, and if you're posting it, tag me. So thank you guys for watching.